Hey folks, this is Mike here with presumably the beginning of a new series. I'm going to go through and play most of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 and probably all the scenarios in the expansion packs as well. So as you can see on the top left, this is called Open RCT2 because this is an open source re-implementation of the original game. I don't want to spend too much time on the menu here, so I'll actually quickly show you some of the options that this gives you. On top of being cross-platform, you have different modes, right? If you want to do full screen at native resolutions, you can totally do that. Unfortunately, I have to scale it up because at Quad HD, things do get a little small and a little difficult to look at. But I'm running it on 720. I have a feeling these videos will get a little long, so recording at 720 will kind of help with that. Yeah, beyond that, VSync, different FPS options. So I'm running at 144 frames, which is pretty freaking cool. Some of these options, not too sure. I remember most of these seemingly being part of the standard game. I did disable the music though. Cheats I know was not part, so some of these toolbar things probably weren't part of the standard game. Some of these tweaks, I do remember some of these being in there, but again, I didn't play too much of the second one. Oh yeah, also this, multiplayer. Also Twitch integration. Also, you could totally load in your RCT1 stuff. So, if I go ahead and do a new game, you can see I have all the scenarios from the first 3 games, but of course we're going to start with the first scenario of the second game. So why am I doing this? Well, look, I've had this game for quite a while. I picked it up on GOG probably a year or two ago. No, more than that. Probably closer to like 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe? I don't know. I've had this in my GOG library for quite a while. Anyways, I've always liked playing these games, right? What it boils down to is I've loved playing some RollerCoaster Tycoon a lot. I spent a lot of time in this game when I was young. I played through the first game and most of the expansion packs multiple times. I've completed every scenario at least once, so when you put it that way, I know I beat the original game multiple times, right? The original scenarios before I even got the expansion packs. So picking up the expansions was it was a pretty good thing for me because it was just a whole lot more game that I got to enjoy. But with that said, yeah, it's a really neat game. I was always kind of amazed at what this could do in terms of like back in the day on relatively low end hardware. This game was always kind of impressive in that you can spawn a lot of viewports. There was presumably a lot of AI in a sense, and you can run that on some real low end hardware. So it was always kind of impressive to watch. So. But yeah, with that said, let's see, what can we do here? I guess we'll leave some shops on the edge there. Alright, so I'm going to try out some different ideas, right? So this is one of the things that, well, back in the day, being the young kid I was, strategy was not particularly strong, right? I'd read some FAQs and stuff like that, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's adjusting queue times." So that's one of the things that come up. Or heck, they're like strategy guides people would write. And one of the things is like, "Hey, queue times, you don't want them super long." If you start thinking about it, yeah, people in a lineup are people who are not, on rides and stuff. They're not giving you money. They're getting unhappy as well when queue times are long, and it's just not efficient. So you want to give these guys, some reasonable queue times. So trying to keep your queues relatively short was Was one of those first kind of strategy things I remember reading, and then go from there. Hey, actually making use of like the ride menu. I never used this back in the day, but looking at total profits or actual current profit. That's always a good thing to look at. So, having said that, let's go through a couple basics here. So yeah, a couple little pluses with this thing. This whole open RCT2 engine. The first one, I kind of talked about it earlier, right? Just having extra options, being able to run that at 60 frames a second, for instance, that alone looks pretty nice. Having VSync as well was pretty nice. The OpenGL engine does have some unfortunate limitations at the moment. If we're to build roller coasters, we don't get a preview, but I can say, actually no, I don't want one of those. Maybe this one. This looks pretty nice, but maybe it's a little small. Actually, let's try one of these smaller roller coasters. You get the idea, right? It is a little inconvenient losing out on the preview, but it's not that bad because this track layout preview gives you kind of a good idea of what you want. Also, looking at the sizes at the bottom will also give you a good idea. But yeah, you saw me do a couple things at the start, right? Cutting paths down. You want to kind of keep. I've always kind of wanted to keep people from wandering around because you get people are like, hey, I'm lost, this and that, and that's no fun at all, right? You don't unhappy people. You want to get them home. Whereas, regular guests, you want to try and get them to rides and stuff. So, I guess I kind of screwed myself by not making that a little. Yeah, I kind of did. So I'll put my entrance on the side. So what I'm trying here is trying to keep crowds relatively controlled. I don't want too many people running around. So my idea here is like, hey, all these rides kind of exit on this common path. We'll see how that affects, foot traffic and stuff like that. Because I figure as I start playing through this, I start looking at how some of these guys behave and how some of the AI, if you will, is built. I think it would be an interesting thing to see, to try some different ideas and see that those ideas evolve over time. But yeah, all right. So our objective here is simple, right? We need guests. I think we can afford to keep the game running quicker paces. There's no point keeping it running nice and slow. Oh, this can be interesting, I guess. Again, I figure this is going to be an interesting playthrough. The more I play, the more I'll try out some weird things and ideas. So it's kind of a first one of. Let's absolutely make sure we get a grid, if you will, going. So I'll probably keep extending these out, extending another path here somewhere. So we have that grid, if you will. So because we're looking to get a lot of people, right? And we want a lot of people. We don't want them to be unhappy about, being crowded and stuff. So we'll try and keep them spread out. Now I have a lot of rides here, but obviously I have other rides up here, which should get people moving around. We need to cover the basics for food. I don't know how food works in this game. I know there's hunger and thirst, but like, what's the difference between a cotton candy and a hot dog? Is a cotton candy kind of like a, a small hunger, and this is more like a big hunger fix? And certain drink stalls are bigger fixes. I'm not sure how any of that stuff actually works. But what I do know is you need a couple of these things around. You also need bathrooms. I think my other idea here I want to try out is I used to have like a big area just dedicated to food, but I think having like a setup of just 3 of these instead of a kiosk, or I guess 4, right? Instead of a kiosk, you then put like the balloons, 2 different food drink ones, and another washroom, and they have like one there, maybe one here, one here, one here, kind of thing. Also, always charge for washroom. Other silly things I seem to remember doing, just little extensions like that, so you can get people can get their sitting done. And always try and put the garbages nearby, so if they do wander around with their food, at least they have somewhere to throw it out. Cut our debt down a little bit. That's never really a huge issue, at least with at least in the original game. I never remember debt being a particularly annoying thing to deal with. Also, I should look at that kind of stuff. I should also keep that open if I'm doing that. I think $1 probably. Nope. There we go. We found the magic number. So yeah, like these thoughts. That's something I started using it a little bit when I got to the end of some of the expansion maps. I started using this, but like I didn't even use that for the longest time, which is kind of silly, right? Because you get so much good info. And I was not using that at all, which probably not the best idea, but you know, it is what it is. At that young age, I played this game. I may not have been the brightest kid out there, but at the same time, that's the kind of stuff where like, unless you actually know, like, you know, you're having fun, right? So you're not necessarily sitting down and thinking of a lot of the mechanics in depth, the same way you would for maybe like a Sim City or something a bit more like that, where just because I never found money to be a crazy issue. If anything, it was, oh well, I don't have enough money, I guess we'll wait a bit longer. A lot of the earlier scenarios were definitely not problematic for that. This might be a little problematic playing at this speed, though. We'll see. I can't set a price, can I? Yeah, I figured. I feel like the every map I played on the expansion, I can slow this down. I don't need that much funding anymore. I didn't even build any thrill rides yet, right? Some people are gonna want those, so getting all these gentle ones out of the way, get the nice easy stuff, and then we'll get into the real rides. Merry-go-round. Yeah, I guess we could build that. just things like queues. I should probably think about building, you know, correctly sized queues, because that's something I kind of learned. Okay, keep them short, but I never really sat down and actually gave it much thought. I have to imagine that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This queue is 5 units long. 22. It's 20. Yeah, so I guess that's 4 per square, right? That would make sense. So figure, I don't know, this thing. 20 passengers. I need probably at least 5. So I'd need a longer queue here. I could also make this longer as a way to like extend the ride time to give more time for this queue to fill up. Because one of the things you don't want to do, of course, is that's bad. Yeah, one of the things you don't want to do is have the ride wait a lot for we'll open that back up. You want to try and maximize ride, so if you have 20 passengers, well, you kind of want to have 20 passengers ready lined up so you can fill her up every time. But on the flip side, you don't want to have lines that are really long and people complain about the queue time. Right? No one's going to complain. 5-minute wait, that's nothing. Ferris wheel, on the other hand. Ferris wheels tend to be pretty long queue times. Oh, did you see that? People decided this is no longer a ride worth. Yeah. So that's something I remember reading like a couple years later with like rides with age or something. People suddenly decide, oh, this ride is old, therefore it's not worth that money. So you find yourself needing to. We're still profiting though. Phew. So you find yourself having to adjust prices as rides get older and older, which always seemed a little weird. Okay. So, let's get, did I bother with another merry-go-round? Or do I build like a stupid small maze? Yeah, that's... Man, ask me to build a maze, eh? I've never actually built one. I say that. I've probably... One of the things I used to do a lot was just use the prefab. Mostly because, you know, not a particularly patient person sitting down and figuring this stuff out. I did kind of screw myself here. We'll make it work. Unless I'll put an entrance here, and I'll just won't bother with the lineup. I think we should be fine. Oh. Stupid me. Hey, listen, we'll make it work. Like I said. Kind of ruined my strat here, but you know. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Worth at least $2, right, for all the effort? I'm happy people agree with that. Alright, we're gonna pop the cheat menu here real quick. There we go. Just for that. Not really gonna count as much. It's probably the only time I'm gonna open it. So yeah, that nasty looking grass looks nasty. I don't want to see any of that. So I tend to do that. Alright, year 2. We're not doing particularly good. Let's slow the game down a little bit. And I have to speed myself up. So thrill rides are kind of like the... Oh wow, all sorts of fancy stuff. I don't really need fancy stuff, do I? Actually, let's start with the basics. So I always feel like thrill rides are kind of the easy thing, the money makers, the ones that people always go for, because those rides, look, they're fun, and the game seems to agree with that. I guess I don't know. You seem to attract more people with these for the most part, right? We've got the basics covered. We got the more normal rides, if you will. So need some thrill rides. I have no idea how like guest counts and stuff, like how they're attracted to the park. I don't know how that works, but I guess that if I had to hazard a guess, I imagine certain types of rides attract certain types of guests, and so having a nice mix of rides is generally recommended. Let's try and build path out here. Is that actually lined up? Hell no. Let's line that shit up. Let's be OCD about this. Have everything perfectly square. By perfectly, I mean close enough, right? Let's agree that the depth here is not going to be the same for every ride. So, that out of the way, I can definitely put one of these. Put one of these. Why is the... Oh, that's what happened. Right, we got these guys there. Okay. That's why the width is not quite perfect. So I can maybe instead put motion sim. I could put 2 motion sims. Yeah. Move them back. Move them back. We can make it work. I'm just looking at the pathing here. Okay. Oh, I should also mention that part of the reason for running this on somewhat lower settings is video length and size. I imagine these videos will be a little long. I imagine they'll be a little big in size, so I don't want them to be too big in size. It takes me a long ass time to upload videos. So by keeping the resolution down, means I can keep the bit rate down, which means I can keep the file size down. Also, this kind of graphics, I'm sure when I move the camera, it kind of blurs and then comes back. So I'll try and avoid moving the camera too much. This, this is so stupid. I'd have to remake this maze. What do people think of it? Oh, they like it. Hey, look, I've built an okay maze. People like the motion sim. Fantastic. That's the other thing too. I don't know what the differences are between some of these rides. Like, I know they exist, but oh, that's roller coaster. We're done all the thrill rides, aren't we? Let's do. Yeah, gentle rides, I guess. Definitely never want to do that. Let's do gentle and water, because I don't know between those which I legitimately want. Also, I fell into the trap here already. Wait, what? Oh. Wow, I'm not paying attention, am I? I was like, what? Why does it keep opening this? This is the last tab I was on. Let's charge the same. And okay. I totally forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I shot myself in the foot there by not doing the throw rides earlier, because they make a lot of money, right? They're money makers, these things. So because you could charge more, they're generally pretty short as well. So my experience has always been build a slide. The slide is small, you can place it anywhere, it's relatively cheap. People seem to like it. And then just build all the throw rides, because you get a lot of money fast with those things. What do people think about this? I'm not paying that much. 80 cents, yeah? Perfect. We're good. People think it's too expensive? Nope. I want more thrilling rides. Cool. People can't think of what they want. Okay. So yeah, the whole thrill ride thing is... I usually try to start with that for that reason alone. The fact that they really are... They're... At least in how much I played back then, they always seem to be, you know... They always seem to be the good profit rides to build. Because people like them. You can charge a lot of money for them. They're relatively short, like I mentioned as well. Yeah, they're just overall good to have. Alright. Entrance here. Exit here. Just trying to think of how I'm going to do this. If I build this thing... Whoa. What if I do it here? Here? Yeah. 69 meters, let's leave it there. Yeah, that's strats. Let's see how this works out. And by how it's gonna work out, probably terribly, but I don't give a shit. It's gonna work out anyways for me. Alright. Feeling pretty confident this one. Feeling pretty confident this one's gonna also be a $3 ride. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I guess one thing worth mentioning too. I should have mentioned it earlier when I was talking about this. It's still like early development, so actually clear grass might be better on the compression. So yeah, this is still like real, well, yeah, real early development. They do expect this game to have bugs and crashes and so on. So you know, they are re-implementing an engine. There's a lot of considerations to make. There's a lot of things that don't necessarily work the same way as they used to. The same way people think they did. Really good value. Hell yeah. Crank that shit up. Enterprise is good. Alright, so you'll see here what I was talking about. So the point I was making there is you'll probably see when I launch the game in the bottom left corner, probably every video, as I might record one a day or something. We'll see. Or one a week. Maybe I might do a couple in a week if I'm finding time. Yeah, see what I mean? 16 is... Oh, observation tower. Damn. Rotor drop one. Where are you at? Am I blind? 600. Huh, weird. As the numbers like that. Anyways, yeah. As I said her, the point I was trying to make here was the game does update a lot, so don't be surprised to see different builds and things like that in the bottom left corner when I start. Don't be surprised to see bugs, because they will be bugs. You know, it is what it is. This still runs really well. I'd still highly recommend people to play this, because it runs pretty well. If you have like a Mac, for instance, this is the easiest. Once you extract the install directory, right? Once you have this thing installed on, you've managed to install it on a Windows PC or something somewhere. This thing is pretty easy to actually get running. You just have to, I just have to do that disclaimer of like, yeah, you actually need to have a install of this somewhere you can, you know, copy the folder from. Right, I kind of shot myself in the foot there, eh? Oh, occasionally it stutters like that too. Strangely enough, it didn't actually do that on the on my Mac, so who knows? It's one of those weird things where, hey, maybe it's down to this particular daily build. Maybe it's because I am running uncapped frame rate. Maybe next time around I'll try like 60 frames. There's really no reason for me to running uncapped. It's not like I'm getting, not like this game is looking better, you know, at the 144 frames a second. Because it looks fine at the 60 frames a second, honestly. Oh man, I bet people don't want to go here because it's too expensive. Oh, apparently not. It just happened to be empty. Man, that Enterprise though, look at how much freaking money. As far as the roto drop is not. Oh, maybe it's too high? What? Damn. Now I know why. Alright, let's try. People can't handle the 69 meters, I guess. Let's see how this does. That's another thing too, now that I think about it. Not only was I bad at building roller coasters, I was also bad at like stuff like this. I was not particularly good at finding the right length and heights for tracks and things like that. Like I would not think about it. I'd be like, oh, people don't like this. There's a lot of just like, I wouldn't notice for a while. It's like, oh, this ride in particular is not doing pretty well. So it always felt like a how can I say that? Just kind of throwing ideas out there, right? And seeing what stuck. It's kind of how my ride philosophy was, I suppose. So, making good rides, probably not the easiest thing in the world for me. So if you're for some crazy pro tips on, high-level RollerCoaster Tycoon strats, I'll tell you right now, you're not watching the right channel. Because these are pretty basic, pretty low-level shots you're going to be seeing from me. I legitimately don't know how effective this first aid station. As far as I remember, it's to help prevent people from puking. I don't know how legitimately effective they are. Maybe for some of the other levels with more unlimited money, it might work pretty well. So we're almost halfway to the objective. Because of the accelerated time, I am approaching the limit pretty quickly. But we're starting to build the good fun stuff too, so that helps a lot. Yeah, I know. Can I stuff the 3 swinging? I should be able to stuff the 3 of them in here, right? Whoopsie. Maybe I should invert. Yeah, let's try that. No! Because there's a... Why can I legitimately not? Also, before someone mentions it, I'm aware that I can half out some of the worker dudes. Tell them like, hey, this is like heavy puke area, like, just have someone on like puke area duty. I know I can do that. I know I should do that. And I know I probably won't do that very often. So feel free to be upset at me for not doing that. Whoa, hey, I don't want to increase that one, but you know what? It probably does deserve an increase. As far as I remember, Swinging Inverter Ship was a popular ride. At least in the first game. Magic Carpet, on the other hand, no clue. This is a new one for me in this game. Man, this random stutter's kind of annoying. Oh, we'll see next time around if this game still stutters poorly or not. If it does stutter, we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Boy, some people are sick. I'm gonna just have one of these guys perma-patrolling this path in particular. Welcome to the puke zone. We'll get you to... Okay, maybe not through there. I feel like the pathing is not particularly smart. Seems to be very random. And like random and erratic to the point where it's like he's not gone past. Oh, there you go. There you go. There. Yeah, he went past that point. Okay. Boy, we got a lot of people here. Holy moly. I didn't realize the entrance was this crazy. People complaining about Maze 1. Oh shit, they don't like my maze. Perfect. Take advantage of my maze and get rid of that mistake there. Alright, no one's gonna notice it anymore. Oh, a circus. I'm sure that's some great fun. Circus. Oh, mini golf. Oops. Mini golf was always a popular one too. I remember this. Oh boy, someone littered. Alright. Watch this. Is it E? Yeah, there we go. Don't worry, we'll give him a good price for this mini golf. Make sure they don't wait very long either for it. $1. Are they willing to spend $2 on that? Hell yeah. Dude, I don't care. $2 for an easy ride. Plus it fits in the space requirements, you know, gotta be efficient. Is this legitimate working? Oh yeah, 44. Actually, there's no operating costs either. There's just upfront costs. Huh. See, I mean, I could almost just plop one, like, facing there. As long as I can take that 250 hit. Seems like good value to me. Alright. What else we got? Got this thing. This thing's always been pretty good. Making people sick. Oh boy, a lot of people sick over here too, eh? Let's rectify that with another one. I feel like the inverter one's always the killer. But I actually built 2 of these. God damn it. Ah, am I actually charging the same? Okay, I am. Sorry, folks. I actually meant to build a normal one, swinging ship. Oh. Huh, cool. I wasn't actually expecting that to work, but it did. Well, that's something new I've learned today. That's the least you can ask for, right? So, these first aid things, I kind of vaguely knew about them, but I never... you know, not having played this game much, I never really used them much, obviously. It's kind of cool that it kind of works pretty well. I'll tell you that. Probably want to put the exit right there. Also remember this being not difficult, but you always have to be a little careful to not like crank it up the first time. Okay. Woo! I'm actually curious to see the results of this. I keep letting it go. I'm sure there's like a... I'm sure if you sat down and draw like the curves for all of these, there's a certain point where the excitement probably comes up and the intensity might peak off. Wait, downward launch? I'm not gonna do that. I'm already committed to this. 3-7. Haunted house. Numbers don't seem to be changing all that much, so... Oh, I'll keep the numbers low, I guess. Keep the ride short. Charge them like $3. That seems good to me, right? Yeah. Alright. Thoughts? Running out of money. Oh shit, can I build? I remember ATMs being a thing. Oh no. Can't build an ATM. Alright. Shops. Max. Man, we're steaming along, but we're actually not getting the not getting what we need. You can actually put a lot of weeks into this too. Right. Drop $700 on that. We need more people. We need more people. We need more people. What is it gonna do? Do that. Do balloon? People love balloons, yo. Washroom. Throw the washroom around the corner. Hell yeah, 10 cents. We don't have fries. And we don't have lemonade, right? Yeah, let's use lemonade as a drink. Throw some mad seating down. Because people are dumb on the litter. Try and stop them from littering. Looking good. Alright. Status. Profit. You ain't profiting. People don't want to pay that much, eh? Guess what? 20-cent rebate. Bam. Back in business. Well, that's what we're talking about. If you want a like fantastic ride to really attract some people, freaking go-karts, man. Probably the most effective ride in this game. It might very well be the most effective ride in this game. The go-karts always seem to be really, really popular. And roller coasters are nice, but they're expensive. How small are these? Huh. Mega Truck. Some of these name things, like I have a feeling that's probably some expansion ones or something. I could almost fit in there. My idea was like half up and around so I can do it on the outside, make it come back. Alright, yeah, let's totally do a custom one. I think if there's one thing that I'm going to be doing a lot in this series, is trying to get myself to actually build custom stuff. Instead of relying on the prefab like I've done all those years ago. Actually, I probably won't. I'm gonna do a loop thing above the track and whatever. Probably not the best idea. Oh. Straight. Whoops. Oh well. There goes the fancy wall. Oh no. That's not gonna work. Can I do this? Nope. Yep, that ain't gonna work. But we can... do that. Oh no, I can... Okay, I got this. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, sorry for the text messages. I should have thought about muting that first. Oops, other way. All these stalls, none of them are what I want. Which is quite unfortunate. I was gonna say, yep, there's probably gonna be another message. And there's probably gonna be another one soon, so... there's no easy way for me to mute that. So... deal with it. Okay. It's probably going to be a couple more, so yeah, if you do hear stuff, probably ain't for you. Don't worry about it. Disgusting state of your paths. Yo, no shit. People are sick. I should probably do something about that. I feel like I could get away with $5 on go-karts, honestly. I think I can. Should be another message soon. Again, Sorry, but not sorry. I should also consider taking allergy medication. Actually, I'm looking at how long this has been going on. Yeah, I think it's a good time to end this here, because this is an hour-long video. I highly doubt anyone's going to be watching this for this long. So, yeah. I think that's that. We're going to go ahead and save here. We'll overwrite the original save I had, which was testing, recording, and stuff on this to see how it would work out. And get that clean grass. And yeah, we'll pause it here. I'll go ahead and save again, actually. And that's it. When they're recording here, I will continue this in a future video. So I guess this is going to be a pretty long series if I keep going this way. So I don't know. Maybe as time goes on, I'll get more and more used to playing this game, and we'll be able to get the recording down a bit shorter if I play at higher speeds and doing more stuff. We'll see. But I can see, yeah, that's a pretty nasty path, I have to admit. Okay. Okay. There's some effectiveness to these, but that's not effective enough. Anyways, one it here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video for part 2 of this first level, which I've already forgot the name. Creates a castle, it is. And I'll catch you guys next time.